I feel like everybody and their mamas have something bad to say about the Bay Area, especially Oakland.
Happening in the Oakland Hills.
A shocking attack in Oakland.
Carjacking in Oakland.
Despite the volume of youth arrests and incarceration going down, the media makes it seem like otherwise.
Youth are just running around rampant, doing whatever, stealing, bipping, beating people up, doing all this extraness. That's all they're gonna show.
It's just Oakland this, Oakland that, but you really have to be from the Bay Area to know what is really going on and how Oakland really is.
Home of the Black Panthers, Oakland has one of the richest youth organizing legacies in the country. This rich history has been inherited by our own youth who show up for the change they want to see.
We know our experiences. How are you going to tell us how we feel or what we've been through or how we should act or respond to certain things when you haven't lived those experiences?
As a society, we are accustomed to silencing the voices of youth, dismissing their feelings, and suppressing their needs.
By listening to their stories, we can better understand their needs to thrive. We're gonna ask all these questions, and just let it be natural. Just whatever comes to your mind, just talk about it. So going off of that, what elements y'all think should be included in this film? Married. Let me make sure I'm writing this stuff down.
Man, y'all gotta go to the hood, the hood spots. Cambo street food, clips up from over here.
Make sure you get a good view of the AC Transit bus.
The mural, yeah. We also got the other mural down here on the website.
I feel like capturing people in celebration, whether it's clips from Town Up Tuesday or other community events going on, capturing people smiling and laughing and dancing and just having a good time.
That's just how he is, so I just feel like you gotta really capture the bayness of it.
It's basically an open tour.
My community is so powerful. Even though it's tough, it's powerful. When we come together, we can really make something great. Which is with MP Day, is loyalty.
If people come with an open mind, welcoming to a new perspective, you will appreciate what we have to say about our community because our community has more love in it than you think it does.
All right, step up if you have been personally involved in the juvenile system.
I did a mistake. I was antagonized and got into a fight and ran away from the police. It was dumb.
Me and my family had to learn how to actually defend ourselves
But it was just a stressful experience and nobody should really go through.
My family has overcame. We all been in and out of the justice system, so it's just I was put in a situation where I chose somebody else's freedom over mine, which now I would never in my life again do that.
Our actions and our things that we're doing right now is going to affect them. So it's it was very hard for me because I knew when I went there, I wasn't a bad person. I knew that's not the intentions I wanted to have on myself, and to be in jail, it just wasn't my thing.
I think I've lived all the experiences. I spent some time dealing with a lot of anger, built up resentment, feeling of abandonment, just from my family not being able to trust adults and stuff like that. I just found myself, doing things to get attention and wanting to be heard.
Struggles like these are common for youth growing up in historically redlined areas. This discriminatory housing policy segregated Black and brown families, limiting their access to resources. These communities are still dealing with the impacts today. In Alameda County, our analysis revealed that 50% of justice-involved youth only came from 7 of the 49 zip codes. It's because of historical injustices like these, the Black Panthers and the Asian American Political Alliance emerged in the 1960s. And yet, still, systemic oppression and institutional racism continues to evolve. The war on drugs in the 80s and 90s demonized young people with the super predator myth.
No conscience, no empathy.
This perception evolved into harsher policies like the zero tolerance policies of the 90s and Prop 21 passed in 2000, which gave prosecutors sole authority to try youth as adults, stripping them of their innocence and pushing them further into the justice system. In 2019, despite a declining youth detention population, Alameda County Probation Department proposed a $75 million expansion of Camp Sweeney, aiming to increase its bed capacity from 60 to 120, all the while housing an average of only 13 youth per day. This outrageous use of taxpayer dollars ignited the Free Our Kids Coalition. We demanded that the county invest this money into the community and not jails.
I remember when I got to camp, I was like, wow,
We have like a free weight room in there. We had a sports team. I didn't need a 3.0 to get in the sports team. I just had to be a ward of the court. And it got to a point where I was just like, I didn't even want to leave Camp Sweeney. I would like get in trouble on purpose just so I could stay. Why can't we have those things out here for the kids in the community? We don't need $75 million to be in the facilities. We need them out here in our community to avoid the kids getting locked up in the first place. Thank you.
Thank you.
FOK halted the expansion of Camp Sweeney, but we didn't stop there. We held youth coach-ups primarily led by the young leaders of 67 Sueños, Courage, and Urban Peace Movement. It was a safe space for youth to build political consciousness about these issues and cultivate their leadership. Out of these spaces, the youth created a 10-point plan and a mural on East 12th Street and helped lead a town hall about ending youth incarceration.
Honestly, it was fun seeing that a whole bunch of other young folks know that our world could be better. We are the ones that have to change it though. And that's what I like about it, because everybody at that youth coach-up, I feel like, has a greater purpose in life. I really do, because they take the time out their day to come and sit with a whole bunch of random people and talk about what's going on with the world.
The Youth 10-Point Plan calls for a proactive approach to reimagining community safety and ending youth incarceration. It calls for investments in restorative justice centered on healing, education, and positive development with participation from impacted families. It emphasizes the importance of safe spaces for youth, education reform, and access to basic necessities like affordable housing and free healthcare. FOK and the youth organizations involved hold space where youth are connected to a greater purpose. Feelings of love, joy, support, and determination enable them to be their best authentic selves. And this is sacred.
Kids! Free our kids! Free our kids!
In solidarity with the California Alliance for Youth and Community Justice Coalition, we echo the message that all youth are sacred. When we say all youth are sacred, it's a principle we root ourselves in, where we extend a deeper level of care for our youth and a greater regard for existence and well-being, not only to consider their future, but help them thrive in the present and heal from their past.
Another deep breath in and out through your mouth. Perfect. And you can take your hands and shake them out a little bit.
And when I think about all youth is sacred, it's really about speaking to the fullness of a young person and their humanity.
I like the feeling of being able to be comfortable to talk to other people around me that I don't even really know. Yeah. Youth are sacred because everybody matters, not even just youth, but everybody matters. I feel like God gave you a gift to be on this earth. You are important. And I feel like I for sure am sacred too.
I went through all my struggles to push me to where I am today. I use it as my guidance for me to have succeeded in things that I've done from an early, young age, that I know like I have a higher purpose to be here.
Yes, I feel sacred in ways never ending, that I could only be stopped if I choose to be stopped.
Passing policies are only the first step in real systemic change. Without shifting the culture within Alameda County to believe all youth are sacred, the changes will only be incremental. And incremental change is not enough. Organizations like the Young Women's Freedom Center, Urban Peace Movement, Bay Peace, Courage, and 67 Sueños help youth heal from their experiences and shift the culture towards treating youth as sacred, so that we're not only focused on youth justice, but healing justice too.
When it comes to youth I've worked with over the past 4 years, I would say, that gets brought up the most of nobody listens to me, nobody asks me how I'm doing. If I come into class and I'm not listening and they just call me a bad kid, you don't even know what happened at my house and it's 7 a.m. Or even if I have people to go home to, or if the people I go home to are safe for me. Youth want safe spaces. They want to play, they want to laugh, they want to bring up new ideas, and very eager to learn. And on top of that, are so wise already.
We actually look up to somebody that actually cares about us. Because most of these adults always, kids are bad, teenagers are bad. But the allies, they understand because they have probably came from what we have been through.
We also need to create a shift in the narrative and culture that perpetuates harmful representations and experiences for youth. So how can we use these platforms to help people comprehend the idea that reimagining youth justice, redefining safety, and reallocating resources to better serve youth will be the most effective solution to crime, compared to investing more in police and carceral systems?
I want y'all to understand, like, it's not just the youth that are just bad. Like, we go through things. It's different out here in Oakland.
Y'all rather put money into OPD than put money back into the schools. Y'all rather put money back into OPD instead of putting money back into fixing the streets.
I believe there is a lot more good in my community. There's Town Up Tuesdays, there's Scratch and Fades. There's so many different type of events that the news doesn't cover, but if people portray more love into the world, that's what will attract more.
Accountability should come with love, care, and compassion, not just restrictions and punishment. It's time to start entrusting youth with more resources for development, leadership, and agency. Today, they're inheriting the past from us, but tomorrow, they will shape our future.
That's right.
Free the kids, free the kids. Had to give my mom a kiss, she knowing that I gotta get. I got the truth on my lips, and every time I gotta spit, I'ma tell her free the kids.